Hi everyone, it's me, Chris Rivers,
And Mandy Mack.
with Poe on the Call podcast, and we're going into episode 3 already about
Hand grips.
and why we use them. All right.
Different pole grips.
So,
why do we use them? Do we have to use them?
and what the hell are they? So, when I first started pulling as a stripper, I did not use hand grips. I never heard of hand grips.
Same, I didn't use it.
Yeah, for some reason,
We wiped the pole with alcohol, but that
and
was
we
fine.
still did pretty good and made our money. It wasn't until I started actual pole fitness as a sport and as a lifestyle that I was introduced into it. So, why do we use them? Pretty much we use them to help us stick on the pole.
Yeah, that's probably like the suckiest part of pole is like sliding down.
Yes. And don't let the name confuse you. Hand grip is not only for your hands, you can use it all over your body.
Yes, and there's some that are specifically just for your body and some that are just for hands. But we'll go over the different types,
Yes.
at least the types that we have in front of us here.
Yes, there are a couple different types that you will find. Let's see. So, do you want to go into the basic?
Yeah,
you have your basic dry hands.
Dry hands is probably like the basic one that everyone has heard about and knows about. This one you can put on, any part of your body, and it's called dry hands because it dries. It's like an antiperspirant, so it makes your hands or your body parts not as sweaty as they would have once been.
With that being said, I have personally stopped supporting dry hands because I just learned that they don't want strippers or pullers buying them. So if you don't want us buying it, we won't.
Yeah.
Continue. It's very sad because it's a very good product and they are probably going to lose a lot of money. But yeah, they have come out and said they do not want their product for strippers or pole dancers. So
which is weird because there's a pole dancer on the packaging.
Yeah, it really makes no sense.
But whatever, there's plenty. These are just a little bit of what is available. There's like a zillion.
And I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure if I like the ingredients.
That's another thing. Yeah, the ingredients. We have to think about these things because as pole dancers, we are putting these things on our bodies pretty much every day because we pull every day. We can't stop. Sometimes we have cracks in our skin when we put the hand grips on. We're putting them on your maybe lymph nodes that might be absorbing.
Burns if you do it.
Yeah. So just things to think about.
Like dry hands has alcohol 40, silicone, methylglycol, phenyltrimethicone, and glycomethicone.
I don't know what any of those things are.
Yeah. If I can't say it, I probably don't want to put it in my body or on my body.
Yeah, I mean, you can also just try to use just the regular alcohol on your body. Sometimes that's enough to just dry yourself out if you have like a sweatiness in the back of your knees or anywhere.
Yes.
But beyond that, I mean, you might need something more hardcore with chemicals, but just things to think about.
Yes. We also have different kind of chalk grips, which you'll find chalk grips a lot for like rock climbing and trapeze and things like that. But we do have one here, which I believe is from Russia, right?
Yes.
Yes, brought in from one of our instructors, Paulina. Thank you for this.
Russian American Polar.
Yes, Russian American Polar on Instagram. We can put that in the link below. This has pretty much what you'd expect in any liquid chalk: magnesium carbonate, magnesium hydroxide, aloe vera, some alcohol, a thickener, and a scent added. So it's not as bad with these where you have no idea what the hell dicyclomethylphenol is or whatever. I like the chalk as a top grip. So I would do like my dry hands or my dry hands alternative first on my body and then this. And it's really gonna leave a stain just for the hour. It washes off, but it's really good.
Yeah, all of these things definitely worth a shot. The one that I have been using recently as an alternative to the dry hands is this Grip RX, and it still has some interesting ingredients, but it has much less interesting ingredients, which I appreciate. It has the same kind of consistency, and it helps me to not be so sweaty onto the pole. And I use this one all over my body as well.
So I just noticed y'all probably can't see this in the camera.
Oh yeah.
So we have this chalk one right here. I know, right?
It's so bright.
And then we have, obviously, most of you know the dry hands. This is like the most common one. And then the one she just went into, the Grip RX, which I'm excited to try, but I have not tried.
We've had mixed reviews in the studio about it.
Yes,
so.
we definitely
Like,
have.
all the different hand grips, they're going to be responding differently to all different skin types. And like I said earlier, all different weather types too, like whatever conditions are in your studio.
Yes.
If it's really humid, you might have an issue with your tried and true.
We can definitely rate these. We probably won't put a link to their websites because that's just too much, but we can definitely write these names in the notes for you at the bottom.
And these are just ones that we've had at the studio. Like, these aren't ones that we promote or anything. We've tried them.
No affiliation. We are not making any commission from
we're
these.
expressing information from our personal bodies.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that I like for me is this Loopy Pole one.
That is nice.
And it's a little powder puff. And I like this one mostly in the summertime. But the black part of the powder puff goes on your body, and the pink goes on the pole, or it might be the other way around. I have forgotten. But either way, it's just like a powder. It kind of is like the, maybe like this one, this Mighty Grip powder stuff, except for I feel like it stays on my body a little bit easier than the Mighty Grip.
I've never even seen that. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice.
One side goes on the pole, one side goes on your body. I just can't.
Not even a cream, it's a whole pad. I love it.
Yes.
So going into this one that she just mentioned, the Mighty
that
Grip, which is a special formula for a better grip, and it has a sexy little pole dancer on it.
Yeah. And I had high hopes for that one, but it did not work for me. Yeah. But it's definitely just a powder, and you put it on. You put it underneath your knee pits, armpits, anywhere. Some people it would work, and
Interesting. It has similar ingredients to powdered grips, but also a few similar to the dry hand, so it must be why it's so incredible. You said you only liked it sometimes, right?
No, it didn't work for me at all. Yeah, I didn't like it.
It does not mean it will not work for you.
Give it a try.
And that is another thing we cannot emphasize enough. These are only some products that you can use. They are not guaranteed to work for everyone's body types. You have to experiment and find what works for you.
You know, that's the one thing about being a pole dancer. Now you're also a scientist.
Yes.
Physicist.
But at least you don't get graded. The only grade is as long as you stick. And if you slide, you know you failed.
Yes.
So do you want to go to our next one? What do we
next
have?
one, I was gifted this one. It's Dancing Dust. It's beautiful. It has glitter in it, and I was so happy, and it smells so good. However, I thought it was too sticky for me. Sometimes there's another one that this one reminded me of. We don't have it here, but it's called Dew Point, and I really wanted to love this Dew Point, but just like this one, it's a little bit more of like residue-y leaving on me, so I just don't stick to the pole. I just let it right down.
That was the same issue I was having when I tried this one, because she did let me use it, and I was all for the
It
sparkles.
has glitter in it.
And actually, I lied. When I didn't like the residue, like you said, but when I used a top coat on top of it, because I always use this DY as a top coat, it worked a little bit different. When I tried it alone, no me gusta. I was not a fan. But when I did a top coat, it did work better.
Oh.
So
maybe I just need to
don't worry. All our body types are different.
Who knows?
I was just messing around. That's how I found it. That the top coat helped.
It's the glitter.
Yes. It's so pretty though, the glitter, and it smells beautiful.
Right, it does smell really, really good. I appreciate when they smell really good. I'll have to
Yes.
mention like this Grip RX one, as much as I like it now, it stinks. It just smells like straight up alcohol or something.
That is awful. So the next one I want to go into, which I think Trick Tech, this was from PSO. This was when I first learned about it. Trick Tech, beeswax infused Pro Grip towel. Of course, it is too bright, so we gotta, there you go. So, this is obviously made from beeswax. I like beeswax hand grips. Another one I tried, which we don't have here, is Tack 2. You can find that on Amazon.
And a little tub.
Yes, and it
Back
is,
of knee pit saves my life.
yes, back of knee pits, elbows, underarms, my shoulders too. It's pretty much similar ingredients to this. This one is made from beeswax, but this is a Pro Grip towel infused with beeswax. So what you do is take a towel, you rub it in, rub it there, and then you go on the pole. I personally, it does not work for me. I don't know how
The
it
towel
works
didn't
for
work
you.
for me either.
Yeah, I had
The tub works.
the tub, the Tack 2, which is a different company, worked better for me than this. I'm sorry, Trick Tack,
Yeah, sorry.
a great product, but it did not work for me. It might
might
work
work
for
for
you,
you.
so please try it.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it's just a towel. You don't have to pour anything in it.
And with any of these too, like you might need like more than one coat. Like you might have to figure out the solution for your body.
And it could also be your pole in the temperature too.
That's true.
Which will have to be another discussion because it's such a big topic. But yeah, the climate, the temperature of the room, and how the body temperature could highly affect your pole grip. Because if you go polling angry, you might have a better chance of sticking because your body temperature is so hot and it can create the friction. But if you go in sick, sad, and gloomy, you're a little more down, a little more cold, it might take a little while. It's weird how it works. So what's the next one we have?
Some of these other ones I have not tried. These are ones that maybe people have left at the studio. This one's Dry Sport Grip. There are a lot of ingredients on this back of this one.
Yes,
So,
this one, I have seen it. I have not used it. This is good for rock climbers and like what do they call it? The shot put throwers and things like that, and even trapeze artists. I haven't used it for pole. Let me look at the ingredients.
there's a lot.
Alcohol, aqua, silica, magnesium, carbonate, hydroxide. So this is a combination of the dry hands, and it looks like it has a little bit of chalk inside. It looks like it's mostly dry hands and a little bit of chalk. So I will have to try this. It might work. I've never tried it. Here's what it looks like. Extra Dry Sports Grip.
I remembered one of these smelled pretty bad.
It smells alright. But yeah, I'll definitely have to try this. You should definitely try it too. It's a combination of a chalk grip and the dry hands, which is pretty cool.
And then the last one that we have here in the studio, I remember I purchased this one when we first opened because we wanted to give our students a cornucopia of different hand grips to try. So this one was specifically for hands and feet. It's called Tight Grip for hands and feet that sweat. And I was really excited about it. Once again, it did not work for me. It's a little bit too slippery for me. It added an extra coat of things that did not work out for my skin. And it also smells like calamine lotion, which I didn't appreciate. There was one,
Like
we don't
chicken
have
pox.
it left, right? I was like, there was another one that I believe it was like a lavender scent, which it did smell a little bit better. So this one, I guess they did realize that it's done.
Cool. Can you bring it
Yeah.
closer? See?
And then here's this one.
I'm gonna have to try that. I've never tried that
Oh,
one.
you can't see anywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna give you all these names.
Here it is.
How can you see it better when you put it?
I don't know. But it says tight grip for hands and feet that sweat for a better grip.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a liquid. It's water, isopropyl alcohol, aluminum, chlorhydrate, hydrated silica.
So similar to dry hands.
Yeah, yellow number 5. Why? Why is that in there?
Yes. Which is
Chemicals.
another thing with pole grips. Be mindful of the chemicals, because unfortunately some of them, while they are made for our bodies, in the long run they are not good for our bodies.
Yeah, I feel like it's the technology that, the deodorants. Everyone uses the deodorants, and then over time, people realize that they were, not so good for our bodies, especially the places that we were putting them.
Mhm.
So if you want to think about like that and,
Yes.
applying things to your body over time.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is organic grip creators. I know we are personally working on our own blend here at the studio. Not saying it's going to be out anytime soon. When I say working, we working. But there are websites that you can visit with a more organic, homemade, natural approach. So
We can
you
drop
have to
some
look for
links of
those.
those. Yeah, we can drop some links.
Yes, I actually do have an easy accessible link, which I can easily add that there for you. So that is pretty much it with pole grips. I know we had a question on why we use hand grips, and I hope that answered it. We use it to help us stick to the pole. And we can put it all over our bodies. The difference between hand grips, I do want to touch on it. Chalk grip and beeswax grip is for people who sweat a lot. So if you're a heavy sweater, I recommend the chalk and the beeswax. The dry hands will be good, but it might add to the sweating. Like, I'm a very heavy sweater. Not as much since I've increased my pole, since my body's gotten more used to it. But I did learn that if you sweat a lot, not all grips are the same. So if you are a heavy sweater, look into the chalk and the beeswax. If you're not a heavy sweater, then the dry hands and the other versions that aren't beeswax and aren't chalk will be pretty good for you.
Yeah, like I'm not really a heavy sweater, and I really only sweat a lot in the summer, which I think that's why I like this powder puff, because it's probably gonna be gross to say this, but it does soak up your sweat when you use it on your body. So
I love it.
yeah. Other than like putting a liquid on where maybe like, you were so sweaty that it couldn't absorb at all, some sort of powdery thing would be better.
Yes, definitely. So I hope that answers a few of your questions on hand grips. I know you might have more. There's so many different hand grips out there.
Yeah, like if you need to use a hand grip, it doesn't make you a bad pole dancer.
No,
either. Like it just means that you need a hand grip.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and there's some people who don't need them at all.
I've never met those people. I'm envious of you. Envious.
Yeah, because everyone's different, so don't think that you have to go through all this stuff just to be a pole dancer. This is just part of it.
Yes. And if you want to use it to up your stripping game, feel free.
Yes,
because,
yeah.
I did not use any grips as a stripper, and I made money, so I can only imagine if I had grips and if I was killing it even more. Can you? Yeah. But I think that's it. If you have any more questions, please reach out to us on our Instagram or our email. You can find both of those on the bottom. You can also visit our website. What else? Our freebies too, right?
Yeah, ebooks and
E-course.
E-course.
Those will also be in the
Get into
notes.
intermediates.
Yes. We do have paid products coming up, but you can find that all on the website. Right now, focus on the free stuff because everybody lives free. So thank you for everything. Please reach out with those comments, questions, concerns, even to say hi.
Let us know if any of these worked for you. If you have
Yeah.
other ones that you want us to discuss in the future.
We can recommend us any
recipes for organic stuff too. We would love to get into that.
Yes, definitely reach out. We are very open-minded about suggestions and learning more because that is why we are here.
Yes.
To all learn together. Thank you so much for this episode 3 on the different hand grips and why do we use them. I'm Chris Rivers.
And I'm Mandy Mack.
And we are signing off.